You listen to Bob Scratchy Records at 88.1 KDHX, way down on the left end of the dial, and I've got some guests here in the studio. If anybody's followed rock and roll in this town, this is somebody that you might know about. Used to be in a group called what?
Sullen.
Oh yeah, I know. It was either that or Sadness or something like that. It was okay. So well, identify yourselves.
Oh, I'm Shanna, and I'm here with...
I'm Jason.
Jason.
Okay, folks, just listen to a second, okay?
Uh-oh.
And now it's time for Bob Scratchy Records. He's so good.
Yeah, that's who we're talking to here. So, okay, so we have like a farmer in town, rock and roller, and a foreigner.
That's right.
Yeah,
all the way from Chicago.
So do you have any like rock and roll credentials here that you could present? I hear you just played on somebody's record or something.
I've been playing in different bands since I was 15, punk rock bands, pop bands, rock bands.
He played on Jay Bennett's record, his last record.
I was on, I had the pleasure of knowing Jay Bennett before he passed away, and got to know him in his studio in Chicago and played on his last record he released. And I also was in a band. We toured a record on Rykodisc and did some touring in Europe and through the States. We played with Frank Black and the Catholics. That was probably the coolest thing that band did.
Not a Surf and...
So you guys got a band now?
We have a band now called Salvation. We're playing Wednesday, September 8th at the Halo Bar.
Next Wednesday.
I believe it's at 11 p.m.
Yeah, they said that once the headlining act at the pageant lets out, then that's when we'll go on, estimated around 11.
Do you happen to know who that group is?
Yeah, well, we looked in the paper, and it's a
Stinker?
band called Seether?
Okay.
Which I believe is like one of those point kind of modern rock bands. We're not real big fans of them, to be honest. But we're happy to play.
Well,
We're super excited.
Yeah. So
hopefully their fans won't be mad at us.
Where you been over the past couple of years?
Well, I've been kind of moving around a lot. I was in Sullen here for many years, and then once we broke up, I was pretty heartbroken and lost. So I moved out to California and dragged some of my friends with me, and we had a band out there, and we did a lot of cool stuff. We were called Black Fur, and I released a record. Actually, I made a record before I kind of had a band together, so I was kind of talked into putting it out under just my name. So it's Shanna Keel. And then I ended up playing all those songs with my band Black Fur. We toured with the Hold Steady, and we did some other really cool stuff. Played around Los Angeles, and up and down the West Coast, and it was a lot of fun. And then I just got real homesick, and
I was in a band called Lose at the time in Chicago. It was just kind of a noisy trio punk rock band. And I ran into a guy named Brian Moss, who was working for Thick Records, who had released Shanna's album. And he was interested in our band and hooking us up with Thick. So he told me to check out the roster and see if there was any bands I was interested in, wanted to tour with. So that's how we kind of hooked up.
Well, I bet there's a lot of people who would get very excited if somebody said, "Hey, you want me to hook you up with Thick?"
Right, exactly.
So,
yeah.
we don't have any promo here, and I
brought some music.
Yeah. What'd you bring?
Well, I brought a CD with just some, I mean, obviously I made that record, and I have a few songs from that, but I also have some songs that, I just did on my own. Except we might have to take a break and figure out which number it is.
Okay.
I put it together in the car.
Well,
but we're in the process of making a record right now, so that's why we don't have anything.
And it's called Salvation, and you're playing Wednesday?
This next Wednesday coming up.
Halo Bar at 11 p.m.
It's free to get in.
I forgot to tell you the rules, but anyway.
Sorry.
Okay, so
we're rule breakers.
This isn't your band here. This is just. Do you even hear music?
Yes. Yeah. I hear a cool guitar.
Good, because I was thinking, oh my God, something's going on in my brain. Okay. So we're just gonna float off into the outer limits here while we check this out, and we'll be back with some reminiscent of Salvation.
Yeah.
All right. All right, that was Satan's Cheerleaders doing Outer Limits, and I'm in the studio here with Shanna Keel and Jason Sipe of a band called Salvation that's going to be playing Wednesday night at the Halo Bar.
Yep.
And what was it you were going to say about the punk rock version of Rod Stewart's song?
Well, I was fortunate enough to get brainwashed with Rod Stewart my whole life. My mom used to play him all the time, and I always thought the coolest song that she'd ever played for me was that Young Hearts Be Free, and for years I've been wanting to cover that song. And yeah, I thought it was crazy when it came on and I heard it. My friend even texted me on the way down here, "Hey, they're playing that song." And I even think I wrote "Young Hearts Be Free" on my guitar, so that was cool.
So what are we playing here? What are we playing here?
Well, this is a song from my record that I made. The record's called Orphan. You can get it on iTunes or order it online. But it's a few years old now. But since we're recording our record now, we don't have any of our music, just thought I would give it to you. And it's called Chariots of Silk.
There we go. I hope.
Oh, no, that's not it.
Okay, that's not it.
That was number 1, but number 10 is the song.
Well, it said 10.
Oh, really?
Oh, this is so slick and professional.
Toad road lick my wheels like a silver. Winds of the marsh slightly blue. Stone jars stack the stars on her shoulders. Hunters of pits she slew.